Om Namah Shivaya. I am Professor rudramohapatra, an astrologer from Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Today I am going to discuss about a recent concept, a very recent concept demanding research in astrology, and some dilemma associated with it is sports astrology. It's sports astrology. Those who have not seen my earlier videos, that sports astrology is not about winning and loss. Please go through that. What I'm going to say, it will have some tinge of my earlier video along with my new uh, theories will be given here. In lieu of a current presentation on by me on sports astrology and one research paper on boxing and Mars. I was doing some research on that. So before that, let me tell my credentials in sports because uh, I was into national level boxing, and in my post graduation, I had sports anthropometry as my dissertation. So I am actively I was involved in sports from 2000 to 2010. I was a player. I was manager to Odisha team. I was office bearer to boxing association, and I have written research papers on sports science also, physical fitness and its component. I have published that, and my research on sports like the health and motor fitness among the cons school going guys, especially guys not girls, in 2003 during my post graduation. So having said that, what I'm saying is that with relevant experience and theoretical and practical experience in sports, the term sports astrology is not now abused, it is now misused. Okay, because I was looking to a book of I am not belittling anybody on sports astrology. I was going through a book by some foreign author. The book is Astrology of Boxers or something like that. However, sports astrology by John Frawley I have not seen till now. So it is not sports astrology, it is astrology for sports. It is not sports astrology. The books are saying about the win and loss about some games, and they are also deploying methodologies where from the chart you can see so far as cricket is concerned, it is how much score somebody will do, how much defense, how will be your defense, how will be your attack, all those things in the chart they are mapping it. So what I mean to say is now we are free to apply the sports concepts into chart as we wish. So that is what is happening. But what I can do now as sports astrology is a completely new discipline. I mean, I must say that medical astrology is still there in our class 6, but sports astrology is completely new. So people may come up with the analysis of chart of sports person and say it is a sports astrology book. So I am not saying they are wrong. That may be a good, uh, lovable book among these sports persons themselves or in the sports sector. But I am just proposing another side of it, which I take sports astrology should be, or it should primarily focus on that. That is, how can we find sports talent from a chart, which has got a very good thing. Suppose from your chart, can I predict that tomorrow you will become one wrestler, or can you tomorrow you will become one uh, good swimmer? Hmm? In India, I know cricket is almost galloping up all other games, but I'm saying this should be the prime motto of sports astrology, that you can see the sports attributes from a chart. Medical astrology, you say the disease attributes from the chart. You are not analyzing the chart of the disease. You are not analyzing the charts of the cancer person. You can say that when this person will suffer from cancer, this person will suffer from cancer, and this part. Similarly, if we can say that person is going to become a weightlifter, it's going to become one good kabaddi player. So that should be actually in sports astrology. Huh. So now, can it be said? Now, definitely, in our astrology, many things can be said. Only the thing is that we don't have the brain and ability to do that. We can only put for a new milestones, new techniques to do that. But sports astrology is definitely not analysis about the winning and loss. Rao is saying that basing on this not. This is some other Rao who has written the book known as medical. She was sports astrology. Uh, yes. Let me also name that book because that is a very good now. Ravi Rao. Uh, so he has written one book only on cricket, of course. Only on cricket. I'm not saying that that book is some good or bad. No, I'm just saying that the approach of sports astrology being defined there, it can be some alternative way to that, because sports is not equal to cricket. Sports is not equal to cricket or even football. If you take in case of your other countries, basically football is widely in many countries it is there footballs, and in fact if you see, if you live very few countries, cricket is not there. So you say any other weightlifting, boxing, wrestling, they are into many countries. That is why they are Olympic games. Hmm? So, how to find out the sports talent in the chart? That is sports astrology. Like career astrology, or you say that astrology of force, the person who will join the armed forces, police forces. That we'll have to find out. We will not have to analyze the charts of the police person or army person. We say that it is astrology of armed forces. That is different. You will analyze the chart of Malik, the then army general whom chart I was analyzing during my presentation on Kargil War. So that is not army astrology, I will say. Okay. So primarily, sports astrology is about identifying the talents of sports inside on chart, so that that person will, whether that person will become a sports person or not. Ancillarily, if he is already in sports, so whether he will do good, or if he is not expecting to do. Suppose a runner is trying to go for long running, then there is variation of sports also. So can it be said? So that is sports astrology. Sports astrology is not certainly about winning and loss. Anybody who is predicting about win and loss regarding sports astrology, it is like earlier days we are predicting war also. Win and loss. There are multiple techniques. Why you take charts? There are multiple techniques. In fact, you can apply chakra there, Gaja chakra, Astro chakras to know the result of the war. It is, so this is not sports astrology. So if you go through books, group of books also, they are just radically named as sports astrology, but they are not so. Sports astrology means how you can find, identify, or you can see a scope for nurturing their sports talent inside somebody's chart. Somebody has got very good stamina, somebody has got some good strength. Those are attributes of motor fitness or sports, good physical strength. How you will identify and how you will relate that with the sixth house, how you will see that the house of 10th house karma, and how the things are you can relate, so that you can say this person is going to do well in sports, because this is going to be a tougher thing, and those don't have the knowledge about the sports, they cannot do it. So they are saying sports astrology means it is about analysis of chart of sports persons, and it is about winning and loss, which is not exactly, you can say it's sports astrology, but you sports astrology should primarily mean that we have to identify all sports attributes inside a chart. Okay, now Australia will win in this day, that does not make any sense. Whatever the techniques you make, that is not sports astrology. I mean, you will say that we are just predicting winning and loss of sports. Similarly, when somebody can do electional astrology, people are predicting about election politics, so that is not political astrology, that is astrology for politics, astrology for sports. Okay, so if we want to develop one discipline like sports astrology, you should have adequate knowledge on sports attributes and their planetary signification at the other side. Then only you can able to identify the talent. If you don't know that, then like if you don't know the basic human biology, you are not good at medical astrology. Yes, if you don't know what is the difference between liver and spleen, whether spleen is above the liver, whether it is below, then you cannot identify you cannot locate the disease, right? So that is why sports astrology demands the knowledge of sports attributes simultaneously, not about watching the sports on television. So now, last also tell me that how you can do that. People will say, "Sir, you are saying, but it is impractical." No, no. You see the planets for the physical health, the house for physical health, the house for competition. That is sports astrology. Lagna, planet for strength is Mars. Those who are giving you strength is your bone and joint, Sun and Saturn. Natural malefics are good for sports. Mars, Saturn, and Sun. What can be their contribution to many sports, that will varies. Like a sports bodybuilding, where muscles is maximum necessary, you can give 80% attribute to Mars. In a game like sumo wrestling, their fat is very necessary. So you can give attribute to Jupiter and Venus, fat and endocrine system. And you have, in case of marathon running, in case of swimming, you give attribute to Saturn, and your stamina is Sun and Mercury, heart and lungs. Okay, so you see the strength from Sadvara and also from the houses like the sixth house. Sixth house is the house of competition. Okay, and the divisional chart for physical strength is Bhamsa. I will someday make one different chart on a different video on this divisional charts. But here, the beautiful the Nakhtramsa, or it is known as Bingsa Satamsa, or the D27 chart. Nakhetramsa, Vamsa, Bimsa Satamsa, D27 is seen for physical, mental, and spiritual strength. Or you can say the overall strength of the native can be seen from this chart. Here, if Jupiter is exalted, Ketu well placed spiritual strength. Here, if Mars is exalted, hmm, or Saturn is also exalted, getting connections Lagna. Saturn is joints, Mars is muscle, and Sun is bone. Mostly Saturn and Mars will give you a good physique. Of course, Sun, but Sun is like strong bone. But if joints and muscles, these two malefics are very much necessary. So then you see that the intellectual strength. If Mercury is exalted, if Mercury and Sun they are both in Lagna, so it is like so mental strength is good. If you are looking for physical source, look for physical strength. Mars, Saturn, or Sun. Mars and Saturn, they are the visible strength. Sun is the inner strength. If you go in a rudimentary fashion, so Sun is your ego, Sun is your inner strength. But Mars and Saturn, they are your visible strength. Mars is muscle, Saturn is your joints. Shiva. So you can verify with that. D27. And the other part is some sports require upper body exercise, some sports require lower body, good lower body. Like you can say a sports like bench press, it is upper body only. A sports like squat, though whole body but primarily legs, lower body. A squat competition is all India there, bench press is there. Where also I used to participate during my college days. Not a rudimentary, national level of course. It's known as powerlifting. So then you see the houses 1 to 7, or you can say 1 to 7 half, and from 7 half to it is one. It is your the trunk, from head to lower abdomen, and from lower abdomen to below leg is 7 half to the 12th house. So you can classify the houses like this so far as sports is concerned. If some good planetary combinations is happening in case suppose in the 10th house, so good joints, good leg work, good footwork. If malefics are into the second part of the horoscope, then your lower body is strong. If malefics are more into the first part of the horoscope, your upper body is strong. Are you getting my point? So you have to divide Sun, Mars, Saturn, which side they are falling. And you can verify well with the sports person chart. Okay. I will not say that's 100% things are happening, but you will see that either out of the three malefics, two malefics are contributing to the body. Like running, you will see the leg side is malefics are there. If that is not happening, look for D27 and to some extent Navamsa too. Ketu gives you a good build. It is body. But if Lagna is not strong, if Mars is not strong, Ketu is ancillary. Ketu cannot do anything. So Ketu in the Lagna, Ketu in the Navamsa, a strong build. No, no. That person may be having a good gods, but body will be given. The visible body is Mars and Saturn. Sun you can also say because Sun is heart and bone. So the Sun is stamina also and also your bone strength. But till then I will say the visible strength is basically your Mars and Saturn. So this is what is sports astrology. Identifying the sports talent. Somebody is very good at chess. There is a good game known as chess boxing. You have to fight one round boxing and one round chess. I was about to run that association in the state of Odisha, but due to some official complexities, I did not do that. It's one round boxing and one. So, what kind of things you have to see? Mars and Mercury also. Mercury is intelligence. Mercury is also stamina. Long stamina, Mercury, hard stamina is Sun. So, this is the beauty that now you apply the astrological significations used in medical astrology to some extent to the sports astrology. Good sun, good health, good heart. But is it a chance of sports? Look for sixth house. In the sixth house, Mars is there. In the sixth house Mars is a very good combination of sports. Remember, Lagna and sixth house Mars is a very good combination of sports. That person will be a good attraction for sports. But if other planets are not strong, then it will not happen. So sports astrology is not at all about win and loss prediction. Even if you predict it very correctly, it is not sports astrology. It is mundane astrology. We are doing win and loss kind of things. See you. I take 1 meal a day, so a little bit heavy meal. So bopping is coming up. Pardon me for that. So we need very good research on this. If Mahadeva wants, I will try to write a book on this also, but let me write some research papers first. Because it demands a lot of research. If you don't do this research, if you know, see, if you only collect the horoscopes of national and international pair, what is the big deal in that? You have to see a person who is also doing good sports in the school level, in the college level, inter-college championship. Sports talent we have to find. So how to find out that sports talent? Which sports talent is good? That is sports astrology. Sports astrology is not and should not be about winning and loss. Why? What is that necessary? Win and loss are the consequences of game. Both are good, so both of them are final. Somebody will lose, somebody will win, but they should play well. We say, and this is very true. Only a sports person can realize that. One boxer can only realize how his fellow boxer is very good. Let him win, but let me also counter attack and do well. So that is very important. So if your chart and sports talent is there, so it is sports astrology. We have to identify, we have to find more techniques. Till then, whatever I have found, I have said. Like these houses, you see the planets, you see, and there is something known as weightage giving system. What I said, again, I am focusing on this is your various sports demand various kind of significations. Like swimming, long-term marathon running is more Saturn and Mercury, and even Sun. But bodybuilding is more muscle, it's Mars. Similarly, sumo fighting is where more about fat, which is Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter, always remember the subcutaneous fat. The internal fat, other cholesterol, other things in the body, they are your Venus. Because Venus is endocrine or the hormonal system. Without hormone, you cannot develop obesity. So somebody is getting obese, or if you see also these sumo fighters, they go for these extra hormone injections to get that bulkiness to get that obese position. I'm not taking whether it is health or unhealthy or unhealthy, but there you need the signification of this planet. But primarily, natural malefics are the karak of sports: Saturn, Mars, and Sun. So, like chess, boxing, what kind of things? Only chess is Mercury and also Rahu thinking out of the box. So, sharpness is Sun. Intelligence is Mercury. Sun and Mercury, they are both strong. It's not a sharpness. The quick thinking, very quick thinking will be given then Sun you need. Because Sun is central nervous system. Mercury is your peripheral nervous system. So Mercury is Sun along with less Moon. If Moon is more, so emotion will be hindrance in case of intelligence. So that is very good combination. So similarly, we have to find many combinations. Where if you are seeing the from the Janma Lagna about the physical side, from mental strength also you look from Moon. Like in the Rashi, if Sun is there, if Rashi Sun is there, then it is Amavasya birth. But till then, don't go to that complexity. But if Sun and Mercury are there, that person will be intelligent. Collaborated by the sixth house, and you see also 10th house, whether it is some indications of this planet, sixth house, 10th house connection is a competition. But that may be competition exam, that may not be one kind of sports. So till then, we have now the physical side is taken care of. Can we see that the how the social environment is cooperating for the sports or not? The similar chart in Haryana may will have a different game, but this chart in the Andhra Pradesh will have a different game, basing on the social environment. Because all the games are not developed everywhere. A martial art which will be combination you find in China may be karate, but in Kerala it may be kalaripattu. So you should have a good fair knowledge about sports, so that about sports attributes, what kind of sports are played, and what sports demand what kind of physical activities, and then you relate the significations. At least at current stage where we don't have that much of expertise to predict the sports talents, but at the current stage, can we say that our existing sports person is going to excel or not? A person who is at state level will become a national or international level player or not. That kind of questions I am also finding. I am sure you other are also finding. So how you will have to see? You see the sports attributes, whether they're excellent. If the time will come, they will develop. If the attributes are not strong in that chart, so basically we are taking this strength of the planet Sarbara D27 chart, your then their formation, their combinations in the upper part of the chart or the lower part. I mean 7 up to 12 or 1 to 7 up. Not it beautiful that this is sports astrology, not astrology for sports. Winning, loss, you deploy a number of methodology. Why should somebody will try to win and lose before the game? It is absolutely irrational. It is absolutely unethical. If you say that you are going to lose the game, what's the big deal in fight? So it should be unethical. Like even longevity calculation is there. Even there are combinations mentioned that what kind of combination will give you a boy child and a girl child. We hardly predict longevity and your prenatal state of the photos. Prenatal state photos, the gender determination. We don't do sex determination. They say yes, sex determination it should not be done, even if it is there. So even if win or loss, you find out that is not sports astrology. So my request to all the fellow astrologers, sports astrology, please consider to find out the sports talent in the chart, and if you find that, you can help the existing sports person. If a guy in the college level want to go from some kind of sports, then we can find out that this is the combination, hmm, which will give him to that. And one tricky next thing is that force. Person in the force will have similar combination in the force. That is also physical activities, armed forces, police forces. There you little bit consider sun because that is for government, and army is high level of strictness, so you take Ketu, and in case of police forces you take Mars. So little bit difference is there, but here the force astrology and astrology of force or armed forces and the sports are the same, like physical activities. So sports astrology is not about win or loss. Do not make it as a astrology of win and loss. You just see that what kind of attributes can we find out from a chart for various sports. And for that, please have the knowledge of sports kinetics. I will not say sports physiology. Sports kinetics means sports related fitness. What kind of fitness they are demanding. If we proceed in that fashion, possibly tomorrow we can look from a chart and we can say that this person is going to become a good sports person. We are saying he will become an IS officer, he will become one kind of uh, lecturer, professor. So similarly, we can say this person is going to become a good cricketer, a good boxer, a good wrestler. That is sports astrology. Basing on this. If somebody is playing average also, you recommend, no, we go for sports. There is a good career for you. It is not at all win and loss. If you are making that, that should be like astrology for sports, or simple, you can say that is mundane astrology, not sports astrology, and should not be also. Like medical astrology, or identifying the diseases, similarly, we have to identify the sports talents in the sports astrology. So this is all I want to say, because if you go through books, I am also shocked finding this kind of books that sports astrology, but it is like writing about win and loss, analysis of sports person. That lady has written one book like astrology of boxers. It's all about analysis of this chart of boxers. Due to this reason, he has got this kind many wives, this much other things. Ah, good bank balance, good other like similar chart analysis. Nothing we are specifying on sports. Okay, so I'm approaching the time, half an hour. Uh, So if you want the research paper, you can WhatsApp me. I will send the research paper and also the PPTs made by me. Uh, and this is post astrology. Post astrology is not predicting win and loss. I have already said that. This video I told that the parameters used for post astrology. Where you can use it and how to use the divisional chart D27. We may elaborate on D27 later on, but sports astrology is this. So please don't randomly do astrological research. Uh, you can do it, write it because sports is very new. But sports astrology should not be the astrology for sports or win and loss prediction. It should be the finding of the sports attributes from the chart. Okay, so this is all for today. If Mahakala wants, Kala permits, I will come up with another new video. All of you, those who are listening to me, if my words are some value to you, please share this video. Subscription, liking, disliking are necessary for YouTube prerogatives. That's okay. But till then, if you are not doing this, that is also okay. But please share this video as much as possible so that my voice can reach to maximum. That is my only request, and that will be the greatest reward of all the effort I am giving towards astrology. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, God bless you all. Om Namah Shivaya.